Yo, what's up? This your boy Derek Rich here, Strike7Sports.com. This is another episode of Strike 7 Sports Podcast. I'm joined by my co-host, Brian Bonner, the Seaberry. This is another episode of Strike 7 Sports Podcast. All right, so today, I think y'all know the news. Everybody know the news. If you follow sports, you follow it. Hardcore sports fan, hardcore fan of the NFL. The news has came out today that the NFL will appeal Deshaun Watson 6 game suspension. The 6 game suspension was a recommendation done by Judge Robinson, if I'm not mistaken, is her name. Judge Robinson.
Yeah.
Yeah, Judge Robinson, a retired judge, outside party, a third party that the NFL hired to, you know, deliver a recommendation to Watson on how he should be punished. He should be punished. How he should be punished, and she just recommended 6 game suspension for alleged sexual misconduct with um, a reported 26 women that all filed lawsuits against him, and he's settled with all of them except one for right now, for the time being. But there's a lot been going on about this situation, a lot of backlash, a lot of sides, people taking this side of the story, people taking that side of the story. It's just it's the same old with everything else that goes on in America these days. Where it just can't be something based on the facts. It got to be about the sides and all that other stuff. But I just want to ask y'all real quick, what are your thoughts, overall thoughts on the situation so far?
Oh, go first, Brian, because I got a lot to say.
Go ahead.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get me a better view of my light, so that's why. All right, this is a little better. All right, I just didn't like the way I was my view. All right, this whole Deshaun Watson thing is really driving me crazy. The NFL should have just come down to one final decision, and then taken it from there. But who knows how this is going to end? I just can't wait for it to be over. I hope. I don't hope they give him a year. I hope if they're going to increase it, give him a suspension where he can somehow play this year. So I think the 12-game suspension that was rumored, that's what they originally wanted, and Deshaun Watson's camp turned it down, which was the right decision. If you can get a shorter suspension, why would you take a longer one? So I hope it's something like that where he's able to play this year. But this thing's just driving me crazy. I just can't wait for it to be over.
Go ahead, Leo.
Man, there should be no suspension. I've said this on multiple platforms. I'm not gonna get into this again because if let's be honest, let's break this down. This man is not being convicted of a crime. A grand jury declined to charge him, to even indict him. This man has done, in the eyes of law, this man has done nothing wrong. Allegations define people more than the truth does, in my opinion. And like allegations should not be equivalent to the the truth. Like they're treating this man like he did the like NFL treating this man like he actually was convicted of a crime. Like, and that's why I was asking you and y'all in the group chat the other day. When is due process and innocent till proven guilty gonna be the thing? The man wasn't proven guilty, and that's not even relevant to this conversation anymore. But nah, it's like everybody wants him to get 6 games, 10 games. The NFL apparently wants more games. But if I did some research, y'all. When the NFL gave no, there were no appeals when Big Ben got six. Was it 6 games in 2011? He got the same 6 games, huh? He got
Actually, I
four.
think
Four.
it was reduced to 4. Is what I was
Yeah,
going to.
yeah, it was reduced to 4. But I didn't hear about any appeals from that. And also, what power does Sue Robinson really have? The judge have if her decision is pretty much being undermined by the parties. Like you can't be the judge and the jury. Come on, you can't be a defendant and a jury. Like the NFL is being a defendant in this case, but also trying to coalesce and act as a jury as well. That cannot mesh. And so that's why I think the NFLPA is suing the NFL. If I'm not correct, if I'm correct about this, for
Yeah.
trying to expand upon Watson's suspension. And when I first saw that the NFL was looking for an indefinite suspension, I thought it was they were saying for life, like he can never play in the league anymore. Is it, or is that just this season?
Just this season.
Yeah.
So if it's just so this man, what they equivalently want this man to miss 2 seasons of his prime because of allegations. Well,
Well,
last year
first
because he
season, yeah.
last year he wanted to get traded, so that's one thing. But this year would be because of these allegations. And I haven't heard since these women got paid off. I haven't heard a peep out of anybody about them.
Well, that's how it usually works. You know how these settlements can be.
Yeah,
A lot of these are where it's not confidential, but there's a way where you can't say anything after you settled. So.
yeah. And settling does not always equal. People think that settling always equals guilty. That's not always true. Sometimes people just don't want that. He probably got tired of his name being on the front page of every NFL story from negativity. People hearing all this stuff. So I just think that personally he should have gotten, to wrap it up, I don't think he should have gotten suspended at all. I think he should be starting week 1 against the Panthers. It's a shame he won't be, but I hope that man dominates and destroys every team and every defense in his path when he does play.
So you don't think he should be suspended?
No. The man
it's an optics issue, man. Look what's going on. Look what's going on in the country, dude. It's about protecting women. Me Too movement. Roe versus Wade. You can't have that, man. Like when they suspended Big Ben at the time, a lot of people wasn't paying attention to it. They weren't in the sports like they are right now. Women wasn't in the sports like they are right now, like they were back then, like they are now. It's the optics issue, man. That's just what it is. Just what it is now, man. It just Roger Goodell is facing backlash. For real, we're gonna be people gonna be mad because he got suspended shorter, and or they're gonna be mad because he got suspended longer. So it's either or, you know. So I think, man, I think they'll probably add like 4 games to the suspension, man. I don't think he gets suspended for the year. And he can play while they're going to court. He can play, so he might be playing in week 1. So we'll see, but um, like I'm not rooting for the guy to get suspended. I'm not like I ain't got nothing to gain out of this. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't got no rooting interest of if he gets suspended or he don't. I mean, it don't affect me none. I don't know what people are so. I don't understand Twitter anyway. Sometimes I understand why they're so like enthused by getting this man suspended, kicked out, suspended, because that don't mean he's gonna stop doing what he's doing. You know, does that mean he's gonna stop? You know what I'm saying? I'm doubting. I'm doubting, man. That just
at least we probably won't hear about it. That's why I'll put it. But
shoot, I don't know.
That's why I look.
But I mean, that's just his fetish. It just is. It's weird, but I don't know, man. It just if he like, we don't know if he did it or not, man. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. We really don't know. Everybody going off assumption because the lady signed an NDA. They these allegations with him with the towel. What else? There's a bunch of stuff, man. You just can't go off us. You just can't assume guilt.
Yeah,
we don't know. We wasn't there. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, I agree. I'm always an innocent until proven guilty guy. So because that's the way the system works. So yeah, but like some people say, after a while, if that many women come out, he did something. Whether it was very, very bad, we'll never know. But I feel like he did something where it at least makes you raise an eyebrow. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, man. So I mean, I understand both sides of it, because the stuff I read, it is gross. It is some nasty stuff that he did. He is accused of doing. And that's a lot of women to to be having that many. That's a lot of women to be accused of you of doing that stuff. But I don't know, man. I just think, I think he'll get suspended for 10 games, man. That's what I think is gonna happen, bro. They're gonna put another 4 games to it. I don't think it's gonna be 12. I don't think it's gonna be the entire season. I don't think they're gonna do that, man. I really don't. It's gonna get ugly. Um, you know, hopefully Watson have some good lawyers to go up against the NFL.
If I were
Because
him, I was
go
kind
ahead,
of in this in the group
go ahead,
chat.
Leo.
Oh, well, I don't think Leo. He left for a sec. You may have to add that.
Hold on. All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
You know what would be crazy, y'all? If the Browns find a way to win the Super Bowl and Roger Goodell's handing the trophy to Deshaun Watson as the champion of the NFL, that would be a FU moment. That would be the biggest FU moment since the Patriots won it during the Deflategate. That would
Yeah,
be the biggest FU moment in the NFL. I think it would be a huge big FU moment. If the Raiders don't go to the Super Bowl, I'm rooting for the Browns to go all the way. I really hope they do.
You allowed that.
yeah, but I mean, it is what it is, man. I'm not. I mean, I barely get online and like argue with people on the subject. I just kind of like I get the news and I just like scroll through the comments and just watch people's outrage, watch people go back and forth with one another over the situation, man. I mean, like what you have to gain from it? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I don't get it. It's not. I'm not bothered if he's suspended. I'm not bothered if he's not suspended. Because I wasn't there, man. I just can't get. I'm not gonna get that deep invested into the stuff. I have been. I have been following the situation, reading up on it and all that, but I'm not gonna get emotionally invested into it. I'm just not gonna do it. You know. Like I said, it doesn't benefit me at all. So I'm not. I'm not here rooting for him to get suspended, or I'm not rooting for him not to get suspended.
Come on,
Yeah,
see. With all due respect, I can't. Come on, as a I can't bring in race into it, but as an African American fellow African American male, like it's like I'm not saying you should go say This is just my opinion. I'm not saying you should go say Deshaun Watson is innocent. Deshaun Watson. I'm not saying that, but just I guess you're standing neutral, which is what you have the right to do, DB. But at the same time, though, man, he hasn't been convicted of anything. I
I
see
get it.
black men on Twitter bashing this man when he hasn't been convicted of a crime. He has not, in the eyes of the law, done anything wrong. He may have done some things wrong in terms of how he's handled it, the situation, but I don't think he did anything wrong during the whole situation. But I wasn't there with these women. The women just came out the woodworks recently. One like this was just right after he was going to these massage. Because he started going to these massage sessions with the Texans, and we didn't hear anything with the Texans. If I'm not mistaken, these allegations didn't come until he was with the Browns, right? Or was it? Were they come with the Texans? Was he with the Texans when these
The
allegations?
Texans.
Yeah, that's
The
when the
Texans.
But he was not in this. This was not when he was playing though. Like this,
yeah.
yeah, he wasn't playing when these allegations were coming out.
That
So
was in
this,
the offseason.
yeah. So
Went
I
to the
just,
trade.
yep. Yep. So yeah, all of a sudden we demand a trade, then all these allegations come out. Come on now. What timing?
That's
Mm.
fair.
The Texans weren't involved in it.
What'd you
They were
say?
enabling it. They helped them out.
Yep. And they were found that way they found to be liable for something like they had to pay. They had to pay some of the
Yeah,
victims too.
they settled. Yeah,
Well, victims, quote unquote.
yeah. So they were involved too. But I mean, look, man. Man. Watson just put himself in a bad situation, man. He just. I don't understand why you gotta have like all these women, all like 25 different masseuse, man. Like, dude, why would you going? Like, why did you go to Instagram and do this, man? They could track that stuff, man. You know.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I mean, hopefully, man, he'll move a little wiser next time with this stuff, man. Do y'all think? How would y'all feel if he just like take the punishment, man, and just get it over with?
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking if I was him, I'd just take the punishment. Maybe the only thing if it's the entire season, then maybe I'll try to see if I could lower that. But if it's 10, 12 games, 8 games, whatever it is, I would just go ahead and take it at this point and move on, because even if you do go to court, you're probably going to lose. It reminds me of when Tom Brady went to court with the NFL, and we saw how that ended. And his was just 4 games. If I was him, I would have just uh, taken the 4 games right away and been done with it. But I don't know how Deshaun Watson's feeling, and the NFLPA. I think they have 2 days to respond to this, so it'll be interesting to see what they have to say within the next 48 hours. But
But you know what's go ahead.
yeah, that's basically all I have to say. It'll be interesting to see what they have to say.
But you know what's crazy though?
Well,
The NFLPA agreed that they weren't gonna like fight this is the those type of punishments. Like if the they didn't want the league, they don't want good they don't they give the NFL the right to appeal a punishment
yeah,
from even if it came from a third party. So you screwed yourself on that. Like
yeah,
the owners get over on the players so much, man.
yeah, yeah. The one thing I'll say with the players, they can't complain because this was collectively bargained. So they decided to do that, and so I mean, I personally wouldn't like it, but it is what it is, because you guys didn't fight it. You just, once it was agreed upon, that's it. So maybe that's something for the next CBA for them to decide how they want to go about it. But it is what it is, and so I would just take the punishment and move forward. But one thing I will say, I was saying this earlier, I feel like the NFL, if they really wanted to have handled this better, they should have just suspended him indefinitely when all of this stuff was happening from the very beginning. Then,
With no allegation, with no evidence.
no, well, I mean, it's kind of, you can suspend someone indefinitely. I don't think you necessarily have to have evidence to suspend somebody indefinitely. Sometimes you, I don't know. I could be wrong, but I don't think there's nothing wrong with an indefinite suspension, because an indefinite suspension could, the good thing about it potentially, it could be like Grayson Allen got suspended indefinitely in college, and it was only 2 games. I know that was a different situation, but the reason why you suspend someone indefinitely, you kind of do it to protect them and give you time to ultimately make the final decision. And so I would have been fine with that. If they had just suspended him all of last year, it would have been a win-win for everybody. But then some people would be like, well, he wasn't going to play anyways. But that would have been the perfect time to suspend him. Now they let it go into this year, and now this is. I hope this doesn't get as ugly as it potentially can get, but we'll see.
What you mean by ugly though? What you mean? What you mean can happen? What do you mean can happen?
When I say ugly, I mean it's just gonna drag out longer than it should have. That's the only thing I mean. But
Yeah. So, um, do you think the Browns will regret the decision to trade for Watson?
no, I think they knew what they were getting into. They won't regret it. They may regret paying him. Those are two different things, but I don't think they regret trading for him. Paying him that big contract they gave him, that's gonna, we'll see how that ends up. But I don't think they regret trading for him, because Baker Mayfield had basically, he wanted out so badly. It was like when a plane takes off, reaches that point of no return. That's exactly what happened with Baker Mayfield. So they needed a quarterback. They got an upgrade, and now let's see if Deshaun Watson can live up to the contract. But no, I don't think the Browns regret trade for him.
What do you think, Leo?
I don't think the Browns regret trading for him. I think they regret the drama that came from getting him. I don't think they regret like just getting him in general, because I think we know when he gets on the field he's a top notch talent. But I think the issue is when they get him on the field, and also when will we get the Deshaun Watson head, like we've come used to seeing like on the field. So I think once they get him out there and playing, I think all the everything will go away in terms of the issues and the problems that they've had. But honestly, he's their best bet at getting to a Super Bowl, and I think they know that. So, well, you were I wouldn't regret trading for a guy that you think is gonna go to a Super Bowl. So get you to a Super Bowl. So honestly, I say no.
All right. So, hmm. So y'all don't think that they should have just like rewind back to January and just like try to work it out with Baker Mayfield? Just try to say, hey, let's work it out.
For what? You made it clear you didn't want him.
Yeah, but I'm saying like if you could have take the those quotes what they say it back. Like we want a guy that's responsible. And I'm paraphrasing whatever, but that's what that there was something was said along those lines. 'Cause look what you're dealing with now, though.
It's like you getting with a girl, and the girl. Okay, you break up with a girl breaks up with you, right? She gets a new
Mhm.
boyfriend, and then when she gets the new boyfriend, she realizes this isn't what I signed up for. This isn't what I want. So she tried to come back to you. So she tried to come back to you. What? Like why? You left me. You said you thought you could find better elsewhere. Keep that same energy. Just like you struck up like when the Browns traded for Deshaun Watson, we thought that was a steal of the offseason. A lot of people did thought that the
Some
Browns was
people
just
did.
they would get some people who thought that was
Some
a
people
bad
didn't.
trade.
Some people thought that was a bad move. The contract side of it was.
Yeah, but he didn't get the contract until after he was traded. Yeah,
But
so
well, that was kind of like because remember he had a no trade clause, so he chose his destination, but they weren't trading for him if that wasn't all agreed upon. You know how it is. Like sometimes not only you trade for a player, you trade no, you're going to give that player an extension.
yeah, yeah. So I honestly think that the Browns are going to regret it. I think when they get Deshaun on the field, we're just going to remember how magical it is because this guy's a great NFL player. He's not a good. He's great. He's a top. At his best, he's a top 10, touching top 5 NFL quarterback in my personal opinion. But he hadn't played in almost. Shoot, I ain't seen him since what was it 2020. So hopefully he still has it in him, which we sure he does. But just a matter of if he, like you said, DB, 10 games, he's there for week 12 or week 11. So ready to get
Yeah.
back on that field. I'm ready to see him play again. Forget that other stuff. I'm ready to see him play.
Damn.
He just might be waiting a while though. We all are. Be waiting a while.
So he can't play. So can he play? Can he technically play preseason?
Yeah, he can play preseason. He can do
Would
all
he?
that. He can do everything before the season start.
Do
He can
y'all
do
think he
everything.
will? Do y'all think he will play preseason?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's to maybe a little, but not as much, not that much. But
You
like
think he gonna? You think he'll get on the field? And if in week one, if they follow the injunction,
that's what I was just gonna.
he can
Uh,
get on the field.
if he can get a waiver or whatever, I can't remember. This guy tweeted it. I can't remember what it's called, but kind of probably a waiver. But if he could get that, there's a chance because that's the one thing the NFL like. Maybe they could have added a few games onto it, but if they're not careful, it could get to a point where he can find a way to play week one if he really, really wants to. So we'll see how it goes, but the NFL may have just opened a Pandora's box unintentionally by trying to continue this fight.
Man, just get a dude 10 games, man. I think 10 games would be sufficient for the punishment. 10 games, not 12. 10 games. Yeah, yeah. Give him 6 was light. So you add 4 more to it. That's 10 games, man. And we go from there. But we'll see. So I want to ask y'all if Watson is suspended for a significant amount of time or the entire season, should they make a move for Jimmy Garoppolo or stay with Jacoby Brissett?
No, they should stay with Jacoby Brissett. Uh, I just think Jimmy Garoppolo he's going to be, you're probably going to have to give him a second round pick for him. And I don't think it's worth it. So I think you stick with Jacoby Brissett. He's been there for a while. He's a solid NFL quarterback, and hopefully he can give this team a chance to be competitive until Watson comes back. And hopefully you have a chance to make the playoffs when Watson comes back, assuming he's allowed to play this season.
Leo, what you got?
Think that They should stick with Brissett. I agree. Brissett Brissett has a ceiling. I mean, but he's a solid backup quarterback. We saw him fill in when Andrew Luck got hurt with the Colts. Even though the team wasn't very good, he played well. He played well in spot duty. With the Patriots. He's proven he can play in the NFL. It was at the Dolphins last year. Filled in somewhat well, adequately. So he's an experienced journeyman who knows the ins and outs, and he's surrounded by really well. He's surrounded by, I would say, some solid weapons. They're gonna lean on Nick Chubb a lot. Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt. You got Donovan DPJ, Donovan People Jones. You got David Njoku, who's gonna be first time full year starting. They're expecting a lot out of him. So you got a lot to work with. Not now he's not he won't be short on weapons, and he'll have a lot to work with in his arsenal for sure.
So y'all don't think Jimmy G will be an upgrade?
He'd be an upgrade, but do they need him? I don't think they need him. He'd be an upgrade, but I don't think they need him. And then when Deshaun comes back, you have Jimmy's just gonna go back to the bench. So you might as well. I don't think they want to bring anybody in that impedes on Deshaun's toes. And while Jacoby's good, he don't impede on nobody. So
Jimmy G ain't put a pee on Watson's toes, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
but then you would have you'd have a $20-something million backup.
Well, it depends on. I think his contract is kind of that. It's kind of an interesting contract. I feel like there's a way they could like guarantee some of the salary, not the whole thing, if they traded for him, and maybe even the 49ers can pay a little bit. I don't know if they want to do that, but yeah, I wouldn't bring Jimmy G because Jimmy G wants to be a starter. And I just don't think he wants to be. He wants to know where he can have a chance to get a job for a couple of years, and that just won't be the case in Cleveland. I was thinking of it earlier and saw someone write an article. I think the Steelers. I heard Mitchell Trubisky is struggling. You have Kenny Pickett. Even though Kenny Pickett's good, I'd rather have Jimmy G right now and take it from there because I think the Steelers they get the right quarterback. They can be a contender to maybe make it to maybe win the Super Bowl because they have a defense. Their defense is legit. It's the quarterback and their offense can they get that figured out, but they have the defense to win a Super Bowl.
What I heard from about the Steelers is that Mitchell Trubisky ain't looking too good in training camp, and that what's his name, Mason Rudolph might win the job.
Yeah, that's another thing I saw too. Yeah.
Y'all saw that Calvin Austin highlight?
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah,
we just talked to that dude, man.
Yeah, I know.
yeah, that man, he's a stud, man. He's a stud.
Oh man, but I mean, look, man, this is just bad timing for the Browns, man. It's just bad timing, bro. Like it's just like he could have went to a lot of other places, man, and he had the same headache. The same headache would have been with other teams. Like the Saints were interested, the Panthers were interested, the Falcons were interested. Who else was out there? At that one time, it was the Steelers. They were interested. He had talk of them being interested. The Eagles, the Giants. He could have. So many other places could have got his headache, but Brown side, somebody had to take it. I guess the Brown side to take it on. But
Yeah.
I mean, they got an easy schedule to start off the season, though, man. They got a really light schedule, man. And if they just run the football, not Brissett, don't mess it up. Play that game manager role. And, check downs. Check it down to Njoku, Cooper. I think they'll be fine until Watson get back or or whenever.
Yeah.
But they just gotta win those first couple of games, man. They got a really light schedule. Until they play teams like the Bengals, Baltimore, and Pittsburgh could be a wild card, but we'll see.
DB.
Go ahead.
I think I think Hooper's not there no more. I think Hooper with the Titans. If I'm
I
not
said
mistaken.
Cooper.
Oh yeah, Mark Cooper. Yeah, 'cause I was just thinking I was like they I don't know why they let Austin Hooper go. I guess they felt like he wasn't worth. He was getting paid big tight end money, but they added what should we call it? They have the Joku now, and like you said, Cooper's gonna be that guy. I question the Cooper move a little bit, but they got him for cheap, so I like that move. They needed a new number one when Jarvis and Odell were gone. So
Yeah,
I just don't know. Do y'all think that Cooper move was is he still a true number one in y'all's opinion?
man. He's on and off with Mark Cooper, man. It's
Yeah.
like 1 week, 1 or 2 weeks, he's like on point. Then like a big game, he just like you looking for him.
Yeah. But I think the Browns are probably the perfect team for him to get to because everything they do is based off of the run. If they can't run the football, then it's not going to matter. So
Yeah.
he's not, while he's important, he's not the main ingredient to what makes them get their offense going.
Yeah.
Uh,
All right.
Wait, one quick question I wanted to ask y'all. Who do you think wins that division? I was just thinking in my head. Who do you think wins the
Man,
division?
you got me giving that stuff all now, man.
All right, okay.
I mean, I got right now, man. I got it's in Cincinnati, man.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
I'm going with Baltimore.
We'll see.
Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't see a regression in Cincinnati?
I don't see a regression. I still think they win the division. I think they make the playoffs. I just think they don't. I don't think they win the division.
Okay. We got a comment here from Walt Dog 1234. He says add 2 to 4 more games, and the world needs to move on. 1 year is not the best decision for the NFL. You go a whole season in 2023 off season with the same talk. Not good. Jimmy G is not needed. Yeah, maybe. Pitt will start. Yeah, Kenny Pickett before they start. Mason Ravens since the Browns Pitt. Okay. I mean, Kenny Pickett.
Yeah,
I mean, man, if they would go with Kenny Pickett, shoot.
they must not have liked Trubisky. Cause they said this was for all we heard, it was Trubisky's job to lose. That's what
Yeah,
everybody was talking about. And if Rudolph gets a job, they've given Rudolph 3 to 4 years. They even gave him an extension to show maybe he could do something, be a guy. Maybe they could be the future guy, but he hadn't showed enough either. So you might as well go with Pickett, the guy you just drafted. A lot of these guys, I don't know if Pickett's ready to get thrown in there right now, but you might as well.
Yeah, might as well.
yeah,
Might as well do it. I mean, and see what you got. I don't know if they're a playoff team though. I think Pittsburgh is a playoff team. I think they're like 8 win team, 8 9 win team, man. And 9 and 8, might not get you in the playoffs.
yeah,
They could make the playoffs. Could.
Nah, they the AFC too hard, man.
yeah. Think about how they
AFC
made
too
it
hard.
last year,
They
The
did make it
AFC
last
too
year.
hard.
but they
You
barely
need the
did.
quarterback, man. Their problem is quarterback.
Yeah,
But
Hey, go ahead. Go ahead.
Mr. Trubisky, wasn't he? What? Okay. Do y'all think that Bears team that Mitchell Trubisky led to 11 wins and made the Pro Bowl win and won a division title with, even though with no Aaron Rodgers, that team is just as good or better than this Pittsburgh Steelers team? If we keep it real honest, because the weapons on that Bears team weren't great.
They weren't. That was all
Like,
for the defense at the time, man.
and
yeah,
you said,
And Matt Nagy.
aren't you
And
saying
Matt
that the
Nagy.
Steelers defense is up there, was better than, when you say this year's projected defense is better than what their Bears defense was in 2018, 2019?
2018, yeah.
Yeah. I would put that this I think with Trubisky they could make the playoffs. He's made the playoffs. First of all, Mitchell Trubisky is a winner. He's won. He's made the playoffs. He's a winner. So
But
he needs to get some respect on his name.
there's no in Pittsburgh. There's no Matt Nagy out there. That's
Yeah.
something that people don't talk about.
yeah.
They
But
made the playoffs because of Mitchell Trubisky did what he did because of Matt Nagy, man.
yeah,
He was like Sean McVay to Jared Goff to me.
So I didn't see that. I didn't see that. I didn't see that last season with
yeah.
whoever
For
was
one
in
season, that was the problem. It just
Yeah.
and also Trubisky just didn't. He just wasn't good enough long term for that to work. But
So
I
I
don't
see it.
I don't see the Steelers making the playoffs, and I could see potentially this could be Mike Tomlin's first losing season. I hope that's wrong, but he can't go. Think about it. He can't go 8-8 anymore because they added another game. So it's either he's gonna have a winning season or a losing season.
unless they tie, which is very unlikely. But they've tied a
But
few
yeah,
years.
unless I forgot.
When Mason, Walt says, when Mason got hit by Miles, his NFL career was over. Especially in Pittsburgh, I would start Trubisky. Yeah, I remember that night, man.
Yeah, we were all watching
Yeah,
that.
And
Everybody
they
watched.
blew it up over that. Remember?
yeah.
Yeah,
They blew it
I
up over that. So I mean, it's always gonna be something that everybody gonna like be outraged about with the NFL, man. It's like
yeah.
every day, bro. They gonna somebody gonna complain about something. So it ain't nothing new. But let's segue to this. You know, but the situation in Dallas with the wide receiver issues.
Yeah,
Do you think they go out if they make a move for Odell Beckham Jr. or trade for somebody?
I think they should. I think they
But
should.
he's hurt though.
Yeah, that's one thing I was going to mention. Like everyone's saying, sign OBJ. OBJ is probably not going to be ready for the start of the season, and so you're kind of in the same situation you are with James Washington. So they need to get someone that can play for them right now and take it from there. But someone was saying Dak might have to do what Tom Brady used to do in New England in terms of playing with guys that maybe aren't household names, but and make them better. So we'll see. This is going to be a big year for the Cowboys because while the NFC East is in a gauntlet, it's better than it was last year. We can all agree
A
to
lot
say
better.
that. And
hmm
Mike McCarthy, that seat is hot as one. You can make cases the hottest seat in the NFL. You got to at least make the playoffs and maybe win a game, and maybe even win two games, depending on where you are. But for him to keep his job, but if number one, you don't make the playoffs, you're definitely going to be gone. And if you don't win a playoff game, I could see him getting fired there too. So it'll be interesting to see how the Cowboys go out this season. But right now, if I had to bet money, I'm not sure if they even win their own division. That's just my opinion.
You see my preview on them, man? I got him going 9-8.
Yeah, I saw your preview, DB. I was like,
9-8.
yeah, that's actually fair. And let me go to what Brian was saying. People are saying Mike McCarthy. Let me disagree with you. I think the hottest seat, the undisputed, undefeated hot seat in the NFL is in Carolina with Matt Rule. That's the undisputed hot seat. He made at least Mike McCarthy can say they won a division last year. They won a division last year. They made was in the playoffs and honestly had a position in a position to win that game. If you want to keep it honest, they had a chance to win that game. Matt Rule has never sniffed the playoffs with the Carolina Panthers. You can make an argument that I ain't gonna lie, injuries have impacted their run because like a lot of you seen McCaffrey not being able to stay hurt has impeded them to being successful. But there's no excuse for them not to have a winning record this year. You got McCaffrey back. You got DJ Moore back. You got a good defense.
There
That
it is.
offensive line, great. So like Rat Rule is on the hot seat. Second of all, let me just another point you said. I agree with you about the Cowboys not winning their division. I don't think they will win the division. 9-8 DB. I see your preview. It's about an average. It's about. I say you might could throw them. You could give or take a win or loss, but I think they finished second behind the Eagles. And I also wouldn't be surprised. I've been telling y'all. I think the Giants will be a lot better this year too. Giants. I can see them win 7-8 games with Daniel Jones because I just think.
Yeah, enough
What's
for the playoffs though.
what'd you say, DB?
I don't know if that's enough for the playoffs though.
No, Giants. They're not going to the playoff. I think they could be in a running for like maybe a last spot seed or something. Because who was that office that dude that ball headed guy that they hired? Brian Dable.
Brian
He did.
Dable, yeah.
I saw him do wonders with Tua and with Josh Allen. So come on now, and if he can do wonders with Tua when people and this was when Tua was in college, he was doing wonders with him. And Josh Allen improved a lot. If you look at Josh Allen numbers his rookie year versus making his years with Dable, light and day difference. So, like I said, I think that with Daniel Jones, I think bold prediction DB he's gonna take a step forward this year, and I think the Giants are gonna take a step forward. But I do think the Eagles win the division with Cowboys being second.
So do you think Jones will get a new deal or he gets a tag, the franchise tag?
I don't think he's. I don't know. They declined his option. I think this is his last year. Is this his fourth year?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll be standing for you. I think they move on. Either get a veteran or go young again. Jimmy
So
G.
if this man throw for if he throw for 4K, 4,000 yards, 33 touchdowns. Let's say like 14 picks. You letting him walk?
The
No.
question, look, the first thing is the front
No.
office and the head coach have no ties to him. So
But it's still
he
answer the question though, man. You letting this man walk?
maybe not. I don't know. But maybe if he does that, it's a conversation that needs to be had. But I have to see it to believe it, and I just think that if because the Giants' defense is pretty solid, so if they could get a guy like a Jimmy Garoppolo, something like that, I think they could be compete for the playoff. But or get a younger quarterback with higher upside than Daniel Jones, I think they could be a team to watch out for. But I just don't see that happening, and I think this is Daniel Jones's last season with the Giants.
Okay. Hey, didn't Jim Harbaugh resign with Michigan?
Yeah. Wait now.
Mm.
Well, yeah. I think he resigned before the but he says he's focused on staying at Michigan. But I feel like if he got offered a job, like one thing about the Minnesota job, he had a relationship with the GM there because they were both in San Francisco together. When he went in the interview, apparently he thought he was going to get the job, so that's how he interviewed. Which you should never do that unless if like you were told by that guy that you were getting it, and then you just do it for just for the sake of doing it. But so I don't think he interviewed as well as he maybe could have, and I think they were going to hire O'Connell anyways. They just were doing their due diligence. But I could see him if he gets off. If he knows he's going to get, I think he could take it. But right now, if I had a bet money, I think he stays. His last coaching job is with Michigan. I don't think he leaves Michigan
So
unless
what if the Carolina Panthers offer a job?
that's something to consider. But
What
I
about the
don't.
Cowboys? What about
The
the
Panthers.
Cowboys? What about the
No,
Cowboys?
I don't see him. I don't see him work with Jerry Jones.
Yeah, he would have to. Jerry
I don't
Jones
see
would
that
have to
one,
make
man.
it play because Jim Harbaugh is like a Jimmy Johnson type of coach. It's his way or the highway. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want the owner meddling. And the one that I'll say about Jerry Jones, I think he gets a little bit too much criticism. I think the biggest issue I have with Jerry Jones is him doing the media session because sometimes he says things he doesn't need to be saying, and I think it affects the team. That's my biggest issue with Jerry Jones. But um, that's the way I look at it.
I mean, I don't see how Sean Payton's gonna work up there, but people keep bringing it up. So
Like, yeah, it can work if he has full control, but I just don't know. It all depends on how desperate Jerry is to win another Super Bowl. Because I believe he's desperate, but I just don't know how desperate he is. And if he's willing to give up control and not meddle in and just let the coaches and the GMs do their job, then I think that job is attractive. But if not, then it's not as much. I was listening to Cowherd today, and he was explaining while he doesn't think the Cowboys job is as attractive as people maybe make it out to be.
all right, point. All right, so let me ask y'all this last question, last topic. All right, in the AFC we got Titans, who else? Titans, Raiders, and Bengals. They made the playoffs last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in the NFC, we got 49ers, Eagles, and the the Cardinals. 49ers, Eagles, Cardinals. Out of all those six teams, which one do you believe is not going has a greater chance of not making the playoffs this year? Has the highest chance of not making the playoffs this year?
Uh, I'll go with in the NFC, the 49ers, and then in the AFC, the Raiders.
Thanks, Brian. I
I
wish
don't
you had
know.
said. I wish you had said the Titans as an option. So, but now I'll go with. In all seriousness, I'll go with the Cardinals simply because I think roster wise, being in the NFC West, you know, I don't think three teams are getting are getting in like they did last year, and I just honestly just they're undisputedly the third best team. I just think so many other teams in the NFC got better. So I would have to go with the Cardinals. I think the Raiders, like every team, the Raiders got better. They got better in the AFC, and I honestly didn't think the AFC around them got that much better. You want to be honest. I really didn't think nobody got that much better to where the Raiders can't make the playoffs next year. I, I mean, besides we got the Broncos, but I believe them when I see them. Got the Chargers. I believe them when I see them. They still ain't Justin Herbert's supposed to be this great quarterback, but you can't make the playoffs. And I don't care what your defense is. You're supposed to overcome all that. You're supposed to when you're a superstar quarterback, overcome the deficiencies around them.
Can you
Just
overcome
because
the coach though?
no, no, no. But people were saying the reason why he was so aggressive was because the defense was so bad. They had the
He a
32nd
defense
ranked.
guy
They
though.
did. They did have the 32nd ranked run defense. I wouldn't be too confident in my players either. But at the same time, that's not on. That's on your. That's still though. You got to get the job done. You got to win, man. So I would go with the. I would like I said in the NFC. I'm going with the Cardinals. AFC. What were the options again for AFC?
Titans, Titans and Bengals and the
Oh,
Raiders.
Titans for sure. They. I don't know. I don't know what Derrick Henry. We know Derrick Henry's gonna be great, but if they're counting on Traylon Burks to be their number one receiver as a rookie, I'm not sure if that's going to be smart for them. I can't even think of another receiver on their team.
And
Uh,
Robert Woods.
Robert Woods is ain't he coming off the ACL tear?
Yeah, he is coming off an
Yeah,
ACL
so
tear.
we don't know what we're getting, what they're going to bring to the table. I don't even. I think that is Anthony Firkser their tight end.
No, I think he left.
Uh,
Hooper, we have this rookie Nigerian Chig. That's the that's his name. Then there's somebody. I think it's what's his name. I know it's not first, but I can't think of his name off the top of my head. But yeah, I agree with you. It's going to be a tough uh, season for the Titans in terms of they got to figure out who their number one option would be. But again, the one thing that doesn't concern me as much is everything they do is based off the run. So it won't matter if they can't run the football.
what?
Yeah.
You're going to have to pass to win games, Brian. I don't know.
No.
They're not.
Yeah. But the Titans are a run based team. Even the Rams are a run first team. They are.
They are.
Yeah, they are.
Win against
They
who?
just have a elite quarterback that can take them over the top, unlike what Jared Goff could be. And also, Jared Goff was never Sean McVay's guy. He did elevate him, but he was never had no ties to him. So I think, and it does a lot of teams are base are run first teams. It just meant they may have elite quarterback, like maybe the one obvious one are not the Patriots, the Buccaneers. They're definitely not a run first team. I don't know how much it's because Bruce Arians isn't there anymore. How if their offense will change a little bit, but they definitely want to run first team under him.
All right, so the way I see it in the NFC, I got the Arizona Cardinals. Man, they lost Chandler Jones, and I don't know if that defense is good enough to keep them in games. Now you got this issue with Hollywood Brown getting in trouble. Don't know what the league's gonna do in regards to that situation. I heard, according to the report, dude was going 120 miles an hour. 120 miles an hour. So I don't know if the Goodell is gonna act swiftly on this and put him on the commissioner's example list where he's not playing, but he's getting paid, or he's gonna let things play out and let him play anyway and get paid. We don't know yet. But if he doesn't. That's another weapon you losing, and then you already don't have DeAndre Hopkins. I mean, to me, man, just Cliff Kingsbury. I think it's still a coaching issue. He starts off hot, 5-0, 6-0, 7-2, whatever, but struggles down the middle, down the road, as season gets, season progresses, he struggles. Um, so, and I think that in the division, man, I just think they'll. And other teams in the division and in the conference, it just got a little better than what they were last year. I don't see all three of those teams going to the playoff like last year.
Yeah.
In the AFC, I'm gonna go with the Titans, man, and that's just because I just think they're gonna be playing against a better Indianapolis team, man, this year. They're gonna be in the games that they do lose is gonna give Indianapolis an advantage in regards to winning that division. So those are my two teams. I think the Raiders are gonna be a lot better. They got Chandler Jones, they got Mason Crosby, they got Darren Waller, Hunter Renfro, just a lot of weapons on that team, and Devontae Adams. So I think they're gonna be better. But that's my two teams right there, man. Y'all got anything else to add?
Nah. But wait, one more thing. I don't think they're gonna be like they was last year. Cause I think they division got better too though. Y'all think about this. Cleveland, even if Deshaun is, I think the Cleveland's a playoff. When people are struggling with this matter. Is Cleveland a playoff team with or without Deshaun? I think without Deshaun, they could go if he missed 10 games, they can go 5-5, 6-4, and still be up there. Like it was a chance to win their division. Baltimore, we know gonna get better. DB. Baltimore gonna be if Baltimore healthy this year, they better than Cincinnati. I think so from a talent standpoint. Well, I'll say from a team standpoint because offensively, Bengals are better, but I think defensively, we know it's not even a question. And the Steelers defense could win them 3 or 4 extra games, and they're not supposed to win. I say 2 or 3 extra games, they're not supposed to win because it's always teams that win games that they aren't supposed to win. And I can see the Steelers being a team that sneaks around and might could win 10, 11 games, and maybe 2 or 3 was because of their defense. So we just got to see how it all plays out tonight. But hey, on the bright side, we can see what the Raiders look like tomorrow on Thursday Night Football when they play the Jaguars. So we'll get to see what the. I am so eager to see Derek Carr and see what this offense looks like. Maybe you
Hope
push
nobody
them.
gets hurt.
Yeah, maybe nobody gets hurt. Maybe Trevor Lawrence it shows that from his first maybe 2 or 3 possessions that he's taking steps forward. Because
He's not playing.
He's not playing.
Nah. Yeah,
What?
I'm not surprised. Most big time players won't play in this game. It's gonna be like the guy fringe roster guys and just training camp guys.
So
So
Derek Carr's not playing.
no. I wish if he was, but probably not.
No Devontae Adams either.
It's all right. It's just
Yeah,
really
hey, if they get hurt, you'll be mad, right? If they get hurt, you would be mad, right? You'd be outraged,
I
right?
would
Like
be.
everybody
I
else
be.
is.
I wouldn't say they shouldn't have played if he got hurt, but I would be upset if he got hurt. Did that make sense?
yeah.
Yeah, the guy already we Denver already lost a guy,
Yeah, he tore the Patrick dude,
Tim Patrick.
who they just gave a big extension to. I think a
Yeah.
year ago.
I think they'll be all right though, man.
Yeah.
So we'll see, man. They'll be all right, man.
So
They
would
definitely
Trayvon Walker be playing tomorrow?
who?
Trayvon Walker, the #1 pick.
Probably not, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's a younger guy like that. I could see them playing a little bit, but I'm not getting my hopes up for anything.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna be watching. I'll be at work. But
Are you gonna watch? Are you gonna take a couple of peeks at the DB or no?
Yeah, I'm looking at it. It's football.
Yeah, it's
I'll be checking
football.
it out.
Yeah.
It's football, man. We're checking it out, man. Hey, so last thing, man. What did y'all thought about that idea I talked about it earlier today about the group of five having their own league, man.
I wouldn't mind it. I wish if they do it, it's something that they wanted to do. Because like some
Yeah.
people have said that in the past, like when they weren't making the playoff, maybe they should form their own playoff. And I was like, yeah, if they want to do that. But if they don't want to do it, I don't think they should be forced to do it or anything like that. So, but
Because
yeah,
I don't think the P5 is gonna invite them, man. I just don't think, man. In Memphis, best thing they need to do is just build up the stadium and keep winning and just wait. Because you never know what could happen after that, man. But we'll see. All right, man. That's all we have for y'all for right now, man. Give us a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let us know how you feel. Also, you can listen to this podcast on Apple, Spotify. Give us a 5-star rating. Leave your reviews. And also check out strike7sports.com for latest content on the NFL, the NBA. Much more. We'll be back next week with a NFL team preview. Hopefully, have a blessed night. Peace. We out.